double click, I can get into my perspective view here. If I right click on my mouse, this will allow me to rotate around the screen when I'm in the perspective view. If I hold down the center click wheel, I can pan like this. If I use the center scroll wheel, I can just zoom in and zoom out. Also, if I right click, which is in rotate, key, and then right click and hold, I can also pan around. You'll notice if I double click the perspective, I'll get back to these four views. You can look here at this triad in the lower left corner where I have my x-axis, y-axis, and z-axis, and depending on what view, here's the xz, xy view, yz view corresponding to top, front, perspective, and right views. I'm going to start with my drawing in the front view. So this is the z-axis. You can imagine that going up into three-dimensional space. And I'm going to just choose my line tool here. And I can click on the line tool, and I'll come over. And if you notice that my little point there, as I move my cursor, the little point is snapping to the grid. That's because I have this grid snap button on. If I turn that off, I can move freely around. I'm going to have that grid snap on. If I do draw a line now, say I draw a line from here to here, right click to end the command, and I have my O snap on. If I go to draw another line, when I go near that line, it will snap right to the end of the line, and if I drag down, the near will keep it on the line. If I get to the midpoint, it will automatically snap to the midpoint. I can drag out. And when you see these little windows popping up with the white lines, that's because I have this Smart Track button on, so that will just tell me that I'm perpendicular, or sometimes at a certain angle, or if I'm perpendicular to that point, I can just drag out to that line. So I'll do a perpendicular line and right click. If you do have the ability to turn on and turn off all of these O-snap points, and near, snap to point, midpoint, center, intersection, perpendicular, tangent, quadrant, knot, vertex. Keep project off for now, and disable will disable all the O-snaps and turn them back on. Again, this button also will turn them back on. Just to give you an example, also, if I draw a circle, the O-snap, it can be really useful, because if I come to the edge, it will automatically go from the center of that circle so I can draw a line. Also, if I want to draw a perpendicular line, I can also hold down the Shift key, and it will snap that line perfectly perpendicular. If I zoom in, there I can snap right to the edge of that circle, and right click to undo that. When you're starting your drawings, my suggestion is to start at the origin right here, which is 0, 0, 0. Just so, because since we're exporting this into another program, very often other programs will need to know sort of where the origin of your part is, so it knows where it's located in space. And just knows where it's measuring from, essentially. So start from that origin. I'm just going to also, if I have to undo something, I can just Control Z and go back. And now I'm just back at a blank screen. There are a few different ways to access the different commands. Up here I have all these different tabs. So I have like surface tools, curve tools, transform tools, such as copy or move. I'm going to go into make sure that I'm in the standard view. If it looks very different on your screen than it does when you're in the standard view, you can go here to your options command, click options, and then go down here to toolbars, and you can click here restore default, and you will have to restart the program. I'm not going to restart the program right now. I'm just going to close out of these windows. So I have, I can left click on this line tool. I also have, there's a small triangle I can press on, click on, and there's a bunch of different ways of constructing lines. If I want to keep that box out, I can click it and drag it out like that, and it will stay on my screen. I don't need that right now. The other way you can access commands is just through these pull down menus. So I can just go to line or polyline, click polyline, and again that will start the command. And the third way is to use this command line. So I can just directly on the keyboard type in line, and the more experience you get with the program, you'll know what the commands are. But generally, you have an idea what it is. It'll give you all these options of commands. But I'm just going to choose that line command, hit return, and it will ask me what inputs I need to put in. So start of line, I want to start here at my origin, end of line here, and the command is complete. If you're doing a lot of drawing, you can also just hit the enter button, and it will automatically redo the last command for you. So it just makes it a little bit faster for drawing.